Hi, this is Chris with Watercolor Art Academy. And today I'm going to show you basically how I just make some art with a Prang watercolor set. That's all I've got right here. Oops, is this Prang set. I have fancier watercolors that are in tubes and big palette, but if I'm doing these postcards, I usually just like to use the Prang. The watercolors are pretty intense and it's pretty easy to use. So I am not going to do anything special today other than just show you a technique for watercolor, which is basically wet on wet technique. So I'm wetting the paper. I like to call this a blob painting. So I'm wetting the paper. I don't know if you can see how much water is on the paper. There you go. Yeah, just wet the paper, and now I'm going to strategically place some colors because I'm going to turn this into a floral painting. So I am going to use primarily these three colors here and green. So I'm going to have a harmonious color scheme with just these colors. I may pop a little purple in there as well just for some fun. So, but I'm going to start with yellow. Start with yellow because it mixes with the green. It'll mix with the orange and the red and it'll look really pretty. I'm trying to find spots that are just kind of wet and drop in some color. So you know if your paint is wet if it drops. That is technically what you call wet paint. Oh my gosh. All right, that was fun. Yeah, let's bring everything back. And he's still here. Okay. He came from the skies. All right, there's cat hair everywhere. I don't know if you can see it because of the yellow. Anyway, all I did was just drop in some yellow. And now I'm going to drop in some orange next to the yellow. Once again, wet paper, you can see water on. Wet paint is when the paint drips off your brush. So this is wet paint because it drips. So what that does, it gives you a nice blending effect. So watercolor is like a 2-year-old. You have to keep your eye on it. Unless, of course, you're planning for the weird watercolor actions, which is actually what I'm doing here with this blob painting. So that cat. All right, so now I'm going to drop in a little bit of red right in the center of these orange blobs. All right, now I am going to drop in a little bit of green. Oops. Just where the yellow is sticking out. And I'm going to let this dry. Hi, I have let this painting dry. I'm having lots of trouble with my colors, or with my lighting today, aren't I? Anyway, there we go. Let this painting dry, and now I'm going to draw on it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick out items, and I'm going to make them into flowers now, and I'm going to show you how I do that. So I like to start with the leaves because that gives me a good place to start. You don't have to be perfect. Next, I'm going to start with the darker reds, and I'm going to generally sketch in a flower around the darker red painting. As you can see, I did a general circle kind of around each of the red areas. Now I'm going to add a center to each of the flowers. Then I'm going to add some filler foliage. And for that, honestly, I just scribble. So I've left some blank spots. I've connected all of my shapes. And that is my blob painting. Thank you for watching.